Hello, radiant woman. Mm. Oh, I am feeling so much gratitude today, and I really want to share that gratitude through my words on this podcast today. And I hope that you feel the vibration of the highest frequency of gratitude. And my gratitude in this moment is for this epic unfolding of the biggest transformation of my life, which has been ongoing for a while now. And it has everything to do with my soul's purpose, why I came here. And in truth, I've been living my soul's purpose the whole time, right? We all have. And yet there are these points on the journey when we're being called to expand even more. And this is one of those points on my own journey. And as I'm guiding women through this first round of the heroine's journey, I'm finding that the more I let go and surrender, the more I'm being gracefully ushered into the next level of me. It's just happening. It's just happening. I have no control over it. And there's this thing about transformation and change that most of us resist, right? It's where we have to let go and surrender. Yeah. And if you try to bypass this step, which so many of us try to do because it's so uncomfortable, you'll inevitably settle back into the same level of life that you had before, even if your circumstances have dramatically changed. That's right. So even if you got the new job, even if you landed the next level of, life that you've been calling in forever, if you skip the step of surrender and letting go and falling apart to who you were, you will inevitably rewrite the same story, maybe with new characters, maybe with the same characters, but that's just how it rolls. That's just how it rolls. So whether it's a big life change that you chose or one that was chosen for you because the rug got pulled out from under you, something really traumatic happened, or some big shift that you weren't expecting came along, the process of transformation is the same. Some part of you is being asked or invited to die. So it's not a must because you do have a choice here. You don't have to, but you are being invited to die, to be reborn, right? For something new to take the place of who you've been. Right? And it's an ego death that can be excruciating. It can be excruciating or actually quite blissful, depending on how you approach it. So back in 2018, I did an episode called Be the Goo. And in the episode, I talked about this first stage of transformation. It's this inevitable falling apart. It's the part when the caterpillar crawls up into the chrysalis to dissolve into the goo that will somehow reconfigure itself into a butterfly. right? And this is such a beautiful analogy because this is exactly what happens for us when we don't interfere with the process of transformation, right? I just realized the other day that I myself am currently in this first stage of transformation. There has been multiple opportunities for me to let go and undo who I've been. Multiple, not just one. It's seeming to be, because this is such an epic transformation for me, it's been one invitation after the next to let go and come undone. So how I realized it was I went through several days of feeling like everything is so hard, like I'm walking in mud. You know that feeling? It's just like everything that you're trying to do is just like there's resistance against you. And after walking myself through the exercises in the Heroine's Journey program, I realized I am being undone layer upon layer, and I need to stop resisting. I need to stop resisting. And so as soon as I realized, and soon as I was able to let go of the struggle, something really miraculous happened. It always does. This is how it works. Everything began to flow with ease. And I even had some work that I had to do that I was feeling like, I don't know if I have the energy to do. And I, as I'm walking through mud up the stairs to do the work, I sat down with that, trying to put on that energy of like, I'm going to do this, even though some part of me was like, I feel like I'm just going to show up and let it go. So with that thought of like, you know what, I'm just going to show up and let it be what it is. I'm going to let it be easy. I opened up my computer, and right there staring back at me was the very work that I needed to do completed, just looking at me in the face, like I was just like stunned as I was looking at this document going, I don't remember creating this. These are my words. I don't remember creating this. And I read through it, and it was gorgeous and beautiful. There's this part of the Tao that says, do nothing and nothing is left undone. And I've meditated on that many times over the years, as I've been such a doer in my life, and I'm so curious about this. And that this was a moment of experiencing just that, right? Like all I did was show up, open my computer, let go, and there was the work. I know that some part of me did it, and I don't know when I did, but it was as if something had moved through me to do the work. And this is how it happens every single time, and I'm always just so amazed. As I'm swimming upstream, trying to make it happen, I stop forcing it and admit that I don't know how, and I'm just going to let it go and surrender to something greater than me, the invisible forces that are just waiting to be of assistance for the highest good. And miracles happen. Miracles happen, and I am transformed through the process. So the game of transformation boils down to how willing are you to let go and let something greater than you, divine source, um, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it? How willing are you to let go and let something else move through you for you? And the thing I've discovered is when I believe the how is my job, I try to control the outcome. And I wouldn't say I don't get anywhere, but I don't get anywhere fast. It's hard. It's work. It's hard work. And not to say that even when you call in the greater forces, it's totally easy. There is work, but there's a different, it has a different quality about it when you show up allowing something else to move through. Yeah. So yeah, and when I'm so invested in the how, like I'm on my own, I've got to figure this out. When I don't know anything about who this butterfly is I'm becoming, I'm only getting in the way. I'm only getting in the way. Yeah, because the truth is, I only know who I've been, right? So if I'm trying to control the process of who I'm becoming, which is someone I've never been before, I'm only going to recreate the same level of myself over and over again, right? The caterpillar doesn't resist coming undone. It just lets go and dissolves into the goo. And what happens on the other side? It becomes a beautiful freaking butterfly, right? Just think of what it would be like if that caterpillar were trying to help with that process. The caterpillar knows nothing about what it is to be a butterfly. It's never flown before. It's never had wings before, right? It's just got to let go and undo and let nature take its course. And it does. It does. And life is constantly giving us opportunities to let go because it's our nature to transform. Yeah, we can go through this process gracefully through surrender, or it can be a real shit show if we want to resist it, right? So why not let go? Let go and lay back and let the river take you. Yes, you do have to show up, but you can show up in this way of surrendering the outcome to something greater so that you're opening yourself up to the unknown forces that know more than your little ego knows. And this is something I have to tell myself again and again and again. And especially now, as I'm dying many deaths to be reborn again and again, shedding skins, becoming brand new, I have to remind myself, let go. It's safe to let go. You can let go and allow. So is there some area in your life where you're struggling against the natural flow? I want to invite you to stop and ask yourself this one question. What would it look like if it were easy? Peace and blessings.